understand that. And as somebody who, this is where I think the ride or die concept come from. And I think that sometimes the ride or die concept actually do a disservice to us, right? In our relationships as part of that Black love, as part of that struggle, because we've been conditioned to believe that we're supposed to be ride or die no matter what, right? We have songs that talk about the bottom chick, the ride or die chick, and so forth, the Bunny and Clyde that we talked about earlier. And I think that's part of the awakening that we're kind of experiencing, because there's a lot of women who are saying that we no longer want to be that ride or die because they're equating ride or die with struggle. And in some cases, it is struggle. And in some cases, actually outright embarrassment. We did in season 5, we did a episode pertaining to Draka and how with Kevin Gates, she was ride or die. And then he ended up embarrassing her multiple times. And it was like, okay, well, at what point does it become from ride or die to let me get the hell out of here, because it's about respect to myself now? Where do my self-respect start? And so I think oftentimes when we talk about struggle up and then we talk about ride or die, this is the disconnect that we're now experiencing in our community, because there's a lot of people saying, well, I'm not willing to ride or die. And that's be it man or woman, because now men are coming to say, hey, why do I have to struggle with you too? Like, let's us build together and move together. And that's also a concept that for some reason, which I don't know why it's considered novel in our community, considering that Black women and Black men have always built together, because this has always been the situation. Black women have always worked. But anyways, regardless of the case, I think we're coming to a situation where there's too many people who are now looking at thriving. So they're definitely viewing Black love itself as struggle love. And that's why you have so many divestors, because they're like, we don't want to struggle. They don't even equate soft life with Black love. They only equate soft life with Blackness. And I think that's a problem.
Well, I'll say this about the ride or die things. I know it kind of bothers you a little bit to a certain extent, but I feel like, if you're a Black man and you're thinking about the things you have to deal with out there in the world, like if I get pulled over by the police, God forbid I get hemmed up on some charges, are you going to be there with me through that situation, right? Are you going to hold me down? I didn't do this, girl. You're going to leave me hanging? So I think for us as Black men, we think about the things that we're going to face outside. And so when we say ride or die, I think most of us don't mean we're going to have you hemmed up on some drug charges because we had a pack in your hoo-ha.
Okay. November, right.
We're not doing that, right? Most of us are not. But I think just idealistically, men still want that. We want to know that no matter what we deal with, the woman that we're going to commit our lives to is going to hold us down. Now, depending on the man that you pick may determine the struggle that you'll have to go through with that man. But I want to say that most guys, even myself, listen, I've been fortunate enough not to put my wife in any type of situations to where, we've had to struggle like that. But there have been some downturns a little bit where things were not rosy. And she stuck it out with me, which endeared her to me, right? Which made me want to give her the world at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of people want to get everything, but don't want to put forth the work necessary. And anything that looks like hard work is struggle. And there's a difference between, hey, I worked hard. If I'm going to the gym, I'm lifting weights, I'm trying to get thick or whatever, that's me putting in the hard work. I would not look at that as a struggle. Right? So I feel like a lot of times people look at that as struggle and then they don't want to put the work in and then they want results that are not commiserate with the effort that they're putting in, right? So I just think I get it, because especially with women, I hate to say it, because sometimes when I hear y'all say, oh, I don't want to struggle love, what men hear is, I don't want to do no work. I don't want to put forth no effort.
I don't want to experience
I just want to show up.
I think,
right? And I think any reasonable dude would feel like, nah, it's not that I'm not asking you, I'm not asking you to hide this pack for me, even though it's in my favorite Jay-Z song. I'm asking that if shit gets dark, that you're not going to leave me as soon as I lose my job. Right? As soon as that something bad happens, all of a sudden I have no value to you. And I think that's what guys mean when it's ride or die.